it's more of like a calling, you know. I feel like you can't just make something out of being bored and deep, you know. For me. Then you have to because I'm using, I can say signature is the eye, being awake, you know, and being aware of like the things, you know, you have to do. I feel like every person has a journey, and for me, I feel like I'm a messenger and the comforter.
Ayo, what's up, guys? You know, it's the Star Realm podcast, and I'm Saint Jabari, and I'm always Nomtasekaya, my homeboy. Ishura Micro. Look, we have to. Okay, Molwen, guys, for just jumping. Ne? And then, guys, so in today's episode, we're going to be covering visual artists. Well, an artist at the say, and it's a she. Oh my God,
Anywho.
Anywho. Yeah. So, can you introduce yourself?
Sanbonani, I am Gugulethu Masuku, and I'm a visual artist. I can't say I'm a visual artist, like I'm venturing into performance art as well. Using myself, my body as a tool to say something or to invoke something, you know. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So, that's it.
Okay. Can you give us a brief background of Uban Kukulelepi, and then how did you end up being a visual artist? Because I believe that's where it began, was as you are venturing out of it.
Yeah. Gugulethu, I grew up in Makai, KZN. I can say I was like everywhere because I've been traveling. It made me like want to express myself. I've never been a vocal person, so I tend to use like anything I can to just maybe paint, draw, or make something, you know. So art in Tolewe by during the struggles that I faced as a woman and a young person, I was told whereby there's toxicity between parents, family, even the way I look myself as a woman or how I represent myself around Abantu, you know. Issues relating to sexuality, being a mother as well, you know, and how I can be myself around Ekasi, because
where are you from, Ekas?
I'm from everywhere because now I'm saying it's Soweto.
Oh, Sotra.
Yeah, I've never been like in a stable, but for me it is a part of Ijeniam, and I tend to enjoy it because it has been a part of my life for since in Kula. That's where I started my love for art, and never mind the deep impact on it, but the love for it too and the passion.
Okay.
How old were you?
Okay, everyone tends to say Bakali from being young, you know. But let's say professionally, because that's the term they use. 2021 or 2020, you know, there was a certain event that happened into my life. For me, like I felt like nothing is story too much into myself, so I just wanted to paint. I started using like fabric to paint on, then wire. Canvas, then I learned to, it's okay, you can just paint on anything. So I'm working canvas now, and even whatever I touch, actually, I just wanna paint.
Okay, for who's not into visual art, can you break down what's a canvas?
Okay, a canvas, let me just say, in my knowledge, it's something that you can just use like a tool, you know, whether it's flat or bent and stuff. As long as you can just showcase your imagination or whatever you wanna say, you know, through painting, you know. You can even carve, scratch and stuff. I've been learning through my entire like love for visual art.
That's so amazing.
Have you used like nature, like flowers to paint? Have you?
Let me just say, because I was not exposed to like materials with art, like I work acrylic paint, So I started using, like my first time, I started using a charcoal from a burnt wood, and I used coffee because I didn't have any material. So for me,
use coffee.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've
Coffee.
painted with coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot. I mean,
Wow.
Yeah.
Before moving forward, what kind of a painting was it? Like coffee.
There's a lot. Yeah, I have many paintings when it comes to like our coffee, because that was the medium that I had at that moment,
Oh, yeah.
So I used it to my advance. So I have like, I think maybe more than 6 paintings with coffee. The biggest one was the statue. I forgot the name of the statue because I think 3 years back, and it was sort of a competition and stuff. So because I loved art, I was like, everything I can grab and stuff, I'm just gonna use it as a medium. So I've used clay as well from Emakaya growing up and stuff, making statues like mini animals and stuff. So that's why like for me, in medium, whatever medium I can see, chalk, whatever. As long I can be vocal with it,
Yeah, you're super creative. So from these mediums, which are your top 4 that you say, this are your favorite that you love using in your creation of art?
Okay, the first one I can say fabric paint because I introduced like art color. Yes, that's
issue.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I'm saying
guys.
I'm a walking canvas.
Okay.
So then coffee as well, because having no medium and trying to express yourself, I totally coffee, and then I started mixing it up with water, from controlling your conduit from dark to light tones, and I enjoy challenging myself when it comes to my mediums, because it's something like it's just okay. This is from my head, and I'm gonna use this thing to just paint,
Yeah.
And the third one, I think it's charcoal. Then we not just
charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal. Charcoal. I love it because I can express my thoughts when it comes to like paintings. Mostly I wanna be so like rooted within and ngwazi convey dreams, whatever like I see in that element of like spirituality, and try to convey it into a canvas or a paper. So charcoal helps me to just transcend that into a reality. Then the last one I can say mediums, my body, Why? It's because it's more of like I'm embracing my structure, the structure that I've been struggling with from, being a woman, from, being a slender person after having a child, and understanding umzimba wamuthi, your body changes as a person and as a woman. So I enjoy using myself as a medium as well, just showcasing my structure. And being more vocal and what's the word? I forgot the word, but yeah.
Sure.
So basically, you can say, in simple terms, like you're expressing your inner self through paintings and in different forms. Because like those paintings are different. I've seen your paintings. I've seen your paintings. I've seen your paintings.
I saw a few.
Yeah, because are different, kind of like nature, and then kind of nude, explicit, and then there is also like buildings, and then there's also like you can see like hidden like images, but there's a lot, there's a lot going on in the painting, but you can see good time and transformer.
It's more of like I rely on my creative side, like imagination. That's what I use the most. That's what I know when it comes to like painting, So using different like kinds of colors, trying to be more vocal and trying to include everything from buildings. That's my way of just saying maybe expressing, because I've never really had a shelter, in my life. I've been like going to places, different places. So me involving buildings into my painting, it's my way of trying to showcase the vocal point of each shelter and the importance of it, and using people as well. Sometimes it's really not easy for me to just be throw maybe to plane, you know, that's realistic painting. So I rely on shadows, and sometimes I'm led, you know, when I'm painting, sometimes my mind takes over, my imagination takes over. So sometimes the painting may not be something that I wanted to paint, but
different.
But because of the imagination and the eye that I use, you know, within myself. For me, it's very spiritual when it comes to painting whatever I paint, you know. So yeah.
Okay. That's so deep. That's so deep. Mnaze, maske take in just the information that we just had. So yeah.
So basically, you know, I guess I told you good see, I wouldn't have the phone good see painting and none. So but I was bend.
Why?
Because Shama paintings are cool.
Dark.
No, they're not dark.
What's up?
They're like ziningi kakhulu. So when kumele ube exhibit kakhulu. So they're going to use your paintings. Since the show, they're going to use your paintings, basbeg, and then showcase them like to have.
Oh, thank you.
Is it okay? At least it's a.
Yeah. And for me, Nashem, I won't lie. I've been painting there for the longest, and I have so many paintings in Lin. So it's more of like I don't want anything about them, you know, like my whole day, you know.
They're babies.
They're my babies, you know. So having people like us, you know, like just be out there with things and stuff, because sometimes I feel like I get to understand a little thing. I feel like they're too deep for other people, you know. But I mean,
at least
Gugulethu, you know.
Gugulethu Masuku.
Yeah, Gugulethu Masuku.
Yeah. Ish, you know what's the sad part? Mtaze? Come on.
Hayi mntaze mxelele yo. Hayi lokho mna ndisebenzisa abantu oko.
Oh ayibo njani?
Jonga look at my eyes.
Okay, joke. It was a joke. I'm just
Oh my gosh.
I'm just joking. You know,
And she bought it.
Stop. Hello. Now it's cool. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, but still, you're gonna paint this room.
I would love that. You know.
Like the whole room. And it's white. Just kabang.
We thank the Lord above.
Yeah, the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, must be it, guys. Must be it. So I've heard one thing that you have been highlighting in your conversation as a visual artist. You have been highlighting spirituality. Cool. So I want you to just unpack the spirituality to you. What does it mean, and which approach have you approached reaching that spirituality? And that's
I think when it comes to spirituality and art, it's more of like a calling, you know. I feel like you can't just make something out of being bored and deep, you know. For me. Then you have to because I'm using, I can say signature is the eye, being awake, you know, and being aware of like the things, you know, you have to do. I feel like every person has a journey, and for me, I feel like I'm a messenger and the comforter and the healer as well. So that's where my spirituality comes in with my work of art, because I've been saying I am led when it comes to creating most of my art pieces. Whatever that is within me, the spirituality that is within me takes over, so I can convey any message. Even though for now, I feel like it's too much for me as a person, because I'm drawn within understanding the usual world and the world that I'm within, you know. Because most of the time I tend to dream, you know. So that's how the word spiritually comes into my work of art. You know?
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay, that was deep.
It was.
Okay.
And it was clear, loud and clear, like
very enlightening.
Very enlightening. So, in terms of spirituality, like when would you say it's like your third eye in art opened? Like literally like opened, like person like and the universe started to give in again, you know, because manje you're taking over your mind entirely, and it's connecting to your heart, and it's what art So when
I think 2021 or 2020 where I started like being professional, you know.
Okay, besides being professionally,
Because they use it most of the time. That's the term they use it.
This is the term they use.
Yeah,
When
like-
you're in Kalinin, got.
I started from like then I had a period whereby I went through something, you know, some things, you know. So 2020, that's where I started painting differently from mang painter from primary to high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because from primary to high school, I was painting just for fun, you know, being the girl amongst the boys, you know. And usually I used to win a competition when it comes to a school, and I was that famous kid who was draw, you know.
Yeah.
That time I was just someone who's like, okay, yeah, draw without it be within ibe phakathi enhliziyweni yami, understand.
yeah.
Then that period, having a kid, you know, going through some things and stuff, that's when 2020 I started, you know, painting, you know, like out of like my misery, you know. Let me just say something happened, you know, and that's where my eye, you know, that eye visited me, you know, because I felt like someone who's like, I don't know where I was going. I didn't know myself, you know, because I never thought I was going to be a visual artist, you know. Even at home, they didn't know, like, they never thought I was going to be a visual artist. That's why I'm saying it's a calling, you know. That time, I wanted to do something so horrific in my life, but it visiting me and understanding the importance of the eye and trying to paint it everywhere, even though I'm coming from a space whereby ekhaya I'm a Christians, you know, and now Gugulethu ka draw amehlo, you know, kanti this thing saying tholile, you know, say angibiza manje ukuthi this is your journey, you know, vuleka, this is your path, you know, even though angeke ibe that easy, you know. But for me, I tend to enjoy it being alone and just painting, because that's my life, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, this is life.
So now I'm interested now on what you have spoken about. You are coming from a Christianity background, and now also drama. So how is your family, your household first receiving what you're doing, and how is the society receiving it also, like your work?
Okay, when it comes to, let me just skip to society, because at home it's a very different story. When it comes to society, you know, I can say I'm glad to be very different than anyone, you know, and I don't like being seen, you know, but dressing the way you are and representing yourself the way you are, obviously, because they are not used to being like babonintes you saw. But I love being myself, and I feel like this is Gugulethu ophelele, so I don't feel like otherwise, you know, for routine like ngisakhambe to the social norms, you know. I tend to paint myself paint my face most of the time. Okay, I tend to paint my paint my face most of the time. So ngizohlangana nabantu, you know, like I know sometimes that I get that still with and stuff, you know. And then I'm in my space where I'm feeling like more powerful than ever, you know. This is Gugulethu, you know. I mean, I'm within, you know, myself, you know. Then at home, you know, let me not just say be too deep, you know, but at home I'm glad to see I'm allowed to be myself, you know. I'm allowed to do whatever. That's why when it comes to my work at home, I don't feel like they won't say, Gugulethu, why are you doing? They just know to Gugulethu, she's happy, you know. That's all,
Oh, that's one thing.
Okay, issue.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I'm blessed.
I'm a female in creatives.
Yeah, it's
they
a
don't
lot.
understand.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They don't understand. They don't understand. Why they don't
Just
understand?
lucky, yeah, man. Lucky, guys, yo.
I am very lucky too. Like I won't lie.
For real, you?
Yeah.
Nyan? I'm a ravelim tasin.
Yeah, mom,
Your mom.
your mom's.
For me, this is like the most like wonderful thing that could happen to me. Like having a stress when it comes to family, mangzo or something. That's why mangzo create something or just take a picture and express it and post it on the net. I don't feel like what are you doing? They know. Then if anything but right, ngaphandle for me, I won't lie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Nancy, any interesting question? So as a visual artist, as an artist, as CZ artists or creatives, we have a responsibility of challenging or awakening our societies. Yeah, but so like how do you play in the of awakening communities that you are like residing in terms of environmental health through your visual art? Do you implement that?
let me just say, I'm not into like projects and stuff because I'm a loner most of the time. But one thing for sure, when it comes to maybe they just see a very different person and how you carry yourself as a woman, you know. Because you are faced with drugs, you know, teenage pregnancy and stuff. Now, whatever or whomever person I come like across with, I try by all means to just advise them on the realistic of like izinto zomhlaba, you know, because now I've been through, you know, those things. I've been like exposed to those things. It's a manner of like taking that, you know, decision of just doing things, you know. So for me, I'm sure they just want to be like, yo, I so want to be like this woman because agafana bantabanye, you know, the way she carries herself, you know,
And it's my first time having a conversation with you. And my take it's like you are a person who's rooted to the nature, about Mother Nature that way. That's
a crown. Hello.
That's a crown. That's a crown.
For me.
Kati waphethe wonke amachakra. Kawaqale nje zathi uyobeka enhloko nje. For somebody ongawazi.
Amachakra. I've been hearing amachakra. Let me just say, mina, Gugulethu Masuku oziphilelayo. Let me just say that. Owenza into emhambelayo. I don't go with crowd. I'm just myself. That's why I'm so like okay with the way ngakhona. I embrace, because one thing for sure, abantu beza ngendlela is different. So I embrace whomever, you know. So but I think ngizothola ukuthi what's actually my purpose, you know. So I'm just a human okhulayo, I'm a traveler, you know, and I'm connecting with people and I'm making, you know, families there and there, you know. So and with humble, you know, and having that spirit of ubuntu, you know,
Sure.
I feel like, those are my chakras for now, you know.
Okay. That's interesting.
It is.
Just from now as your chakras, we have the root chakra, we have the solar plexus, we have
7 actually.
7. It's the root, solar plexus. What?
Who knows?
I don't know the bonke guy's name, but I know good as the eye. Bako.
A sacral.
Okay.
And then the heart and the throat.
The
third
throat,
eye and the crown chakra.
The crown chakra.
It's pelel. This 7 issue. So research like on your own spare time.
Definitely.
Siyabulela man school.
Thank you.
Issue.
So any shout outs, you know, friends, abangani.
Shout out
family.
to our creatives. Shout out to abantu abazoshintsha umhlaba. Shout out to abantu abafeel like sometimes, you know, they are not with it, but you are guys, and shout out to those people abasifihlile phumani, ningazivalini, and I'm artist the most, you know, like just be out there, guys. I'm doing it too, you know. And love yourself more.
Perfect.
Issue.
You're right. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. Stay tuned. You know almost.
We like her, we comment, we share, we subscribe.
And of course, a huge thank you to Gugulethu Masuku. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And of course, it's the Star Realm Podcast.
Issue.
Guys, we out.
Issue. Snap.